continue to shoot a ton of red fires out of my gun. You know, I will, because you know they're easy to get a hold of. When I can't order any of these, when I can't order any of these H&M pellets, then I'm gonna shoot some red fires. I'm just gonna realize that they're not gonna expand. If I think I'm gonna make a marginal hit, and it's gonna expand and take him down, it's not gonna happen. It's probably just gonna punch a little teeny hole in him, you know, and that's it. Same thing with these red fires down here. I've also shot animals with domes, and everybody trots domes and taking headshots and hitting animals in the head with a dome. Now, if you hit them in the head with a dome, that's excellent. But I've hit heart and lungs, and I've had them walk off, like literally walk off and go 30, 40, 50 yards and crawl down holes and all that stuff like that, shooting domes, shooting hard dome pellets at game animals. I've had them hit and just literally, like I said, I literally hit a squirrel last year with a Crosman Premier hollow point. Watched it hit him right up tight, you know, where you would shoot a deer in the heart. The thing went lights out, literally balled up in the ball and hit the ground. And when I went to go retrieve it, it was gone. And then I looked 40 yards over, and it was leaned up against the tree. And I got ready to shoot it again, and I'm like, oh no, it's dead. I'm not going to have to shoot that. It's been 20 minutes. He got to be dead. When I started to walk, it ran and crawled down a groundhog hole. Now, 20 yard hit, Crosman Premier hollow point. Watched it hit him tight up in the vitals. And 20 minutes later, the thing's still alive. You know, no doubt in my mind, if I had hit it with a pellet that expands, any pellet that expands, it would have been a different story. And I say that because if you're familiar with ball ammo, ball ammo, full metal jacket ammo, it has a tendency when you shoot people in the vitals to just push them out of the way. It really doesn't tear a lot of blood vessels and cause a lot of blood loss like a jacketed, like a hollow point. That's why we shoot people or shoot animals with hollow points, so that it tears tissue. It causes tears and rips tissues and causes a lot of damage. Ball ammo can push organs out of the way, can push the heart out of the way, can push the lungs out of the way. Not saying that it happens all the time, but it can happen. You can literally shoot somebody with some ball ammo and have it, you know, push the heart out the side and really not do a lot of damage. That's why we shoot, you know, hollow point ammo. We want it to mushroom and get those jagged edges and tear and rip and tear tissue and tear blood vessels and cause blood loss, so that, you know, we instantaneously shut them down. You know, you can shut things down two different ways. You can shut things down by shooting them in the brain and destroying the brain, or you can cause so much trauma from an impact where you rip so many blood vessels and rip so many arteries and tear all these little capillaries. And there's so much rapid blood loss of blood pressure that the body just shuts down anyway. If you're familiar with animals like moose, and there's an actual term for it. I'm not sure the actual term, but moose are not susceptible to the hydrostatic shock of the impact of the bullet. Moose have been known for guys to shoot them with, you know, these 300 Win Mags and watch the bullet hit the animal, see this puff of dirt come up off the animal, and the animal doesn't even move. The animal just walks around like he's not even been hit, because that impact, that shock, their nervous system doesn't pick it up. And the animal walks off, or sometimes they turn around and come towards you because they're mad. So certain animals don't respond to hydroshock. But in the same token, moose have been hit with broadheads with large cutting cutting edges that have done so much damage that they have literally dropped the moose in their tracks just because they got hit, and it was such a rapid blood loss that the animal's body just shut down, because they're more susceptible to the loss of blood and the rapid loss of blood pressure than they are to the hydrostatic shock of the bullet hitting. So that's why we shoot pellets that turn into little jagged, nasty things when they hit. Like Terminators, it turns into a nasty thing when it hits. It turns real jagged, nasty, and tears up a whole bunch of capillaries and stuff like that, and it makes the animal die faster. Same thing with Crossman destroyers. If you can get Crossman destroyers to shoot out of your gun well, they expand nice. They expand nice in about everything they hit, but they're not accurate out of my gun. They look like a shotgun pattern out of my gun, so I don't shoot them. Like I said, I think these Skenco Ultra Shocks are going to do nice, but I'm not going to trout them until I hit something with them. If they shoot nice out of my gun, and if I get a chance, I'm gonna try to shoot a squirrel with them. Really not looking forward to shooting a groundhog with them, but I definitely want to shoot a squirrel with them. And these 177 caliber Ultra Shocks, I really want to put on a on a squirrel out of my 177. I'm really think they're going to work nice on a squirrel. I had 25 grain Ultra Shocks in my 22, and I basically was shooting a 22 caliber pellet, even though I had them up to 35 foot-pounds, because I shoot them in a water bucket and they wouldn't expand. So if they don't expand in a water bucket at 10 feet, they're definitely not going to expand. They're definitely not going to expand in game animals at range. So that's all I wanted to talk about. Talk about, theory, what everybody says, and real world. If these people aren't in the airgun community giving you real world results and talking about hunting, showing you some pellets they done dug out of squirrels or raccoons or groundhogs, some real honest to goodness pellets that they've dug out of something, then they're full crap. They're just not being truthful with you. They're giving you theory. All of this, shooting them in the water bucket, shooting them in the clay, shooting them in the ballistics gel, all that stuff right there. All of that line right there is theory. All of this line right here is real world. Because this is what they do when you're really shooting them at something that's living and breathing. So that's what I wanted to talk to you and give you a good rundown about. And if you hear somebody really trouting a pellet, really talking about this pellet's better than this pellet, and this is the best pellet in the world, and it's better than this, and it's amazing, and it's great, and it's fantastic, and it's wonderful, you need to ask yourself why. Just don't take everybody here at face value. You gotta ask why. Because I guarantee you, if you really get behind the scenes about someone saying that, this pellet's the best pellet in the world, greatest hunted pellet ever on the planet, and it does this, but they don't show you this, then guess what? They really don't have a leg to stand on. You gotta show these results for you to say it's a good hunting pellet. And that's it. Until I do another video. Hopefully I can get this. I got a groundhog video. I shot one groundhog, but I got to get my editing software straight. I do all that with video cameras, and I got to get my my laptop straight and running so I can edit it. I don't do the cell phone thing. So I do the cell phone thing just to make these type videos. But I got 2 or 3 video cameras and a couple of tripods, and I want to start doing better videos using that and editing them together, because I'm new to this cell phone video and cell phone editing. So that's it for today. Hopefully, like I said, I can add them pictures and show you how this pellet did in this groundhog today. And this, my camera stopped, so I'm gonna have to lap it over top. So we'll see what happens with that. Till another video. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you to subscribe, but I hope you keep watching, because you know, I'm real. I ain't trying to make nothing out of this other than to keep everybody informed and do some real world stuff. I really enjoy the shooting the air guns and the testing and you know, digging pellets out of animals and seeing what they actually do in real life. I really like that. It's really something I get into. I enjoy it. I really enjoy hunting. I done hunted almost every day this week. You ain't gonna find too many people on here that hunt as much as I do. I've hunted groundhog every day this week. I got 2, missed 1, and hit 1 that went down the hole, and I couldn't retrieve it. So I hunt every day. We fish, hunt, do something every day. So I hope y'all stay tuned.